welcome to another Hollie Hotspurs live. Tonight I've got the black t-shirt on to once again mourn the death of this club, and I'm wearing the word 0 to say how many cups we've won in the last 13 years. Tonight is going to be vibes. But with me tonight to try and dissect exactly what went wrong yesterday, and trust me, I think there's a few pointers to point out, I am joined by two lovely guests. First of all, I am joined by Tanya. Tanya, how are you coping with today?
I mean, a lot better than yesterday. I'm taking a break off social media because I just can't face the music. It's boring now, hearing the same old things from Tottenham fans about the boards, about the players. I'm just bored of it all. But I need the therapy. I'm happy to be here. So not happy to talk about the game, but I think it's much needed therapy. So yeah, thanks for having me on.
No worries, thank you. And speak of the devil, after the man that's been on Edward's podcast for the last couple of days, we have the man himself, Antony Costa. He's made
it. What's going on? Tans, what's happening?
God, I'm not good, Anne. I'm not good.
Mate. Oh, listen, can I just applaud you? That rant was unbelievable.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It had to be said. It had to be said.
Nah, listen, truth's the truth, mate. Listen, I can't stay on long. Because I've got to do last word and talk about that amazing performance that our club performed yesterday.
Oh, I bet you can't wait,
isn't it? Oh, can't wait! Cannot wait.
And this is the first time we've met, my friend. So
hello, mate. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, mate.
I would say, nice to meet you, and we're all happy days. But it's been it's Monday, back to work, and then obviously got to talk about that. I mean, without obviously using any words, you don't really need to, but Tanya's saying she's going to stay off social media for a week. I think that just goes to show everything.
I've just had enough. I've just had enough. Hollie, how did you think it went?
I mean, I don't have enough pointers or paper to write down exactly my thoughts and feelings. Like I said, I wish I didn't have to go to work today, because I would have been drowning my sorrows in that bar all day, all night, and there probably would have been a lot of videos on social media. But no, I just don't even know where to start. But obviously, we're joined by Max as well. Max, you've said your little hello, but if you'd like to say hello to the guests as well.
Tanya, well, obviously, this is the first time speaking to Tanya and obviously Antony as well. So, obviously, a pleasure as always. Thanks for having me. And yeah, just not excited, but kind of excited just to talk about how bad we actually are, really, because we've gone from all this exciting football and everyone's saying, "Oh, Mourinho, give him a chance, give Mourinho a chance." And I was well behind Mourinho at the start, and then suddenly Ryan Mason's at the helm, and his second game in charge is a cup final. I mean, it's typical Tottenham, and we wonder where we get this Spursy analogy from, and we don't help ourselves. And the fact that we lasted until the 75th minute or whatever it was, like, it actually gave us that bit of hope. I went into that game expecting City to be all over us, which they were, and then obviously I thought they were going to be 2 or 3 up by half time, which they probably should have been. So the fact that we had that little bit of hope killed me even more. I don't know about you guys, but that was the coffin shut for me when that goal went in. I was just like, this is the hope. It was the hope that let me down.
I think
it's the mentality. Oh, sorry, go on, Hollie.
No, carry on.
No, the mentality of this club, honestly, it really, really sickens me, because I just don't think these players realise what these finals mean to us Spurs fans, because I've not seen us lift a trophy. I remember it in 08, but I was very young. It's very vivid memories. I've not seen us lift a trophy. And these players, they keep coming out and saying they want to win trophies, we need to improve. I'm fed up with it, because every time you get the opportunity, what do? You don't turn up. You look scared of City. And all Tottenham fans kept saying, and rival fans, "Oh, but it's City, you can't expect to win." This is the problem. Is this what these players are thinking when they're going out on that pitch? I'm sorry, I don't want that at my club. I don't want it. If I could actually play football and wear that Tottenham shirt, I would be going out there playing for my absolute life. I'm sorry, I'm sick of it, man. I'm absolutely sick of it. And I know that people will say the players aren't good enough, and I have to agree with that. We need a massive clear out. I didn't like Jose. I didn't think it was a good appointment. Do I think it was right to sack him before a final? I'm not so sure now. I think putting Ryan Mason in that position is absolutely ridiculous. You know, it makes no sense. He's got no experience coming up against Pep. I mean, he's a master at this sort of thing. What are you thinking?
Especially, Tan, when they put that stat on the corner.
Oh, man. It's just a mockery.
They're obviously trying to big up what Guardiola's done for the club, but we don't need to see a stat like that. Come on. Like, everyone knows Guardiola and his ability and what he's won. He's won everything, you know what I mean? It's
why do these players not turn up, though? This is the thing. I can get Son crying his eyes out if he put 10 out of 10 performance in, but he didn't. I mean, I don't know if you lot saw it. He was literally standing at one point, walking. I'm sorry. This is where I'm like, I get myself all worked up and I just think I'm not bothering with it anymore because they don't care. They just don't give a shit. I'm sorry to swear, but talking about Spurs at the minute, it just winds me up because I just think, again, it's the same old thing. Years and years, bottling it, big moment. Here we go, Spurs. And what do? We bottle it. That's what we do.
No. And like Max said already, it's the hope that kills you because, yeah, okay, let's not be wrong. I mean, Phil said in the chat, it's City. Yeah, we all know City are great, but the fact they couldn't finish their dinner in the first half, you thought we were still in the game. Okay, you saw the lights have died. That's what I want to point out on is the start of 11. I'll come to you, Costa. Obviously, we saw that Mr. Winksy, the main man, came in. I thought he was going to turn into Winchester, but it clearly didn't happen. But he put Winks in, took the Domblay out, decided that was the best way going forward. And I just don't understand. Obviously, he put Lucas in. I can understand the lights put Lucas in because he run his socks off. But then not starting Bale, do you think that was a wise decision, Costa?
No, not at all. I think it was pathetic. I think, listen, me and Tans talk on a regular on Clubhouse. And I've never met obviously you guys, but she's so passionate about our club. And without sounding patronising to you all, I just feel sorry for you all because it's such a shame that you've never been to Wembley and see our club lift the cup. I've been fortunate enough because I'm an old git, right? But it's still the hope that kills you. And it's just, why are you sacking a manager that plays negative football for a young lad to come in to play negative football? It's a one-off game. Go out there. When you cross that line, you go to war. Yeah, I don't want to see all these strong arm emojis. We're back stronger on Sunday against Sheffield United because they're already relegated. And knowing Spurs' luck, we'll probably get beat by them, like what we did against Newcastle 4 years ago at 5-1. Yeah? So let's have it right, okay? If people wanted to hound Mourinho out, it's happened now. We've got to deal with the consequences as fans. Now, where do we go from here? It's another final that we've bottled and we've lost and we've not gone to war. We've not gone at them. Yes, I know, but it's City. Yeah, but we're Tottenham Hotspur, aren't we? We go on like we're a big club, act like a big club, play like you're a big club, and we don't. And that is the thing that disappoints me the most, is the fact that we just go to these big games and to not even score in the last 4 finals we've been in like the last 8 years. It's disgraceful. No matter who's in charge. It's terrible. And Alex Ferguson used to say to his Man U players, lads, it's only Spurs. And that's all I've got to say.
And I echo that thought. Because like you said, I was lucky enough to watch the 2008 one. Again, that was on the TV screen because I was too little and my dad couldn't get me to Wembley to watch it. But again, like, to sit here and think these players are crying out for a trophy, well, bloody show me you want one then. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, yesterday, before the game even started, we were having a barbecue in the garden. My mum nearly caught fire to the bloody garden and she showed more passion trying to put the thing out than those players on that pitch yesterday. I'm not even kidding you. The woman was running around trying to catch the thing. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I just don't understand. Do you think the likes of Winks coming into that game, obviously he played okay against Southampton, so to speak, but you think he'd go out there and play with pride? So, Max, I'll come with you. Do you think, obviously, there's been questions flying in about sacking Jose, this, that, and the other. And, okay, people say you want Jose in that changing room. But again, we kind of see it was negative towards the end of Jose's tenure. And we thought Ryan Mason coming in might lift the spirits and all that. So do you think it's these players, again, letting this squad down?
Do you know what? When Ryan Mason come in, that's another bit of hope. Because I thought young manager, the players, some of them have even played with him. They're going to be, like, giving it their all. And all I saw yesterday was a bunch of average players on that pitch. Like Costa said, the fight, they need to go out there. It's one game. It's 0-0 against City and the dying, like, late on. Why are we bringing... I I used to be a big Sissoko fan. I'm not going to lie to you, but when you've got like and on Bell and the bench, you've got creative players. Sissoko's not going to run 30 yards with the ball and pick a pass out to Kane or something. And obviously, when we did have that chance, when Kane obviously broke away from the halfway line and passed it into Højbjerg on that absolute cock up. I mean, I think I speak for everyone when everyone's head was just in their hands. Like, what are you doing? Like in the school playground, I'm hitting that. You do something. You just put your foot through it. You're not going to get that many chances. Like we know that. We know City are going to keep the ball. And all I saw was average players yesterday. And if my mate, technically speaking, was the manager or the gaffer of my team, I'm putting in everything for him. And these guys are on like 50, 60, like that's minimum a week for one big game. Just go out there, do the fans proud. You've even got the fans now. They're back in the stadium to support you. And we were just like, we couldn't get going the whole of the first half, let alone the second. It was just, it was just men against boys.
Terrible, mate. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And when I see the team news, sorry, Matt. When I see the team news and I see Matey Boy in the middle of the park, his last game was Zagreb. If Mourinho was in charge, would that 11 have started yesterday afternoon? Not at all. Wouldn't have been started. So we've already beaten City this season. You know, low block, get them on the break, blah, 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 boring football. Yeah, but we got the 3 points. I don't care how we play because we ain't good enough to play open play football and we're not good enough for low block. So what is it? And I hear Matey Boy going, I'm very proud of the team. Did you not see the same game as I did?
There was no passion.
80 million people did. It's ridiculous,
That's what I
mate.
can't
Average
stand.
Players, man.
I can't stand it, honestly. And the thing that hurts is that I think we can all acknowledge our defence is not good enough. But when they're having 15 shots and we had about 2, that's shocking. We're not even going for it. Who is telling them to play like this? And I can't imagine Ryan Mason is telling them to play like that. He was looking very furious on the touchline, and rightly so. Put a bit of effort in. Show some impetus. Show some balls.
We ain't got the mentality. Tans, we ain't got the mentality. It's done.
But why have we not got the mentality? We've not won a trophy since 2008. I don't get it. I can't relate.
Tans, look, Everton Rose, absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on.
Yeah, you go.
You go for it. You go across that line. You go to war. We shouldn't have bottled it. We bottled it, and I've got some certain players crying.
Yeah, I can't be having
Come on, man.
Especially like everyone said, when he's put in a 1 out of 10 performance. I'm not even talking this game. I ain't seen Sonny since the start of the year. Where's he been? Like, what's going on? I know Kane obviously had the injury and they had their little bromance at the start of the season where they were pretty much untouchable. But if you're a big game player and you want to be known as one of the best players, what are you falling asleep for in these sort of games? And you're trying to get everyone to feel sorry for you because you're having a few tears. Don't get me wrong. If I was a bit younger, I'd probably been bawling my eyes out. But it's the more just the fact I'm just pissed off with it.
I bawled my eyes out in the '87 FA Cup. Yeah, Gary Mabbott own goal. All right, you can laugh what you want, but it was still. I remember it vividly. I was 6 years old. I remember it. But they still went out and played. All right, it was a different era. I get it. Different type of football. I get it. But every time Spurs went to Wembley, we put in a shift. But from 2008, when we won it, and the other finals after that, we've never turned up. Even under Poch, we never turned up. So where does it lie?
It's a running. I can't speak. It's a running theory at the moment. Like, who's always been here the whole time? And it's taken this long for people to sit here and be it's the ball.
It is. You're right, Hollie. You're absolutely right.
So catastrophic. It's reached a pinpoint now. It's going to go this way or that way, and it's time for us to make a stand.
But where'd you go, Hollie? Where'd you go? You get someone in, they buy, you get a new manager. John Smith comes in August, right? He's going to give Sissoko a chance, Winks a chance, Aurier a chance, this one a chance. Me and Tan, I repeat myself, Tan, as I said, Clubhouse. By that time, it's January, February, and the season's over. And we're sitting on your show going, oh, well, we're out of the FA Cup, and we're out of the League Cup, and we're out of the Europa. We could have scored that goal. We've got to wait for Arsenal to drop points so we go above them. But that's all right, because they're more crapper than us, and we've got to be bit... I'm not interested in Arsenal. I'm interested in us. Go out there and play every week. That your life depends on it. Even that first half at Southampton, terrible. You got rid of anti-football Mourinho to play anti-football without Mourinho.
Thank God I missed that game. Thank God I missed that game.
Tans, it was a good.
I missed the first half. I missed the first
well,
half.
you've done yourself a favour there, mate.
I'm glad.
It's just, I just don't know where we go. The only way to stop this never-ending cycle is to get rid of those men at the top. They've been here this whole time.
Yeah.
Like you say, you get a new manager and we're back to square one again. And
Has anyone seen Eric Dyer's post, by the way? It was that classic one that Costa just said, where they say, like, we need to play in the next game. And it's just like, well, you just had a cup final.
Matt, just don't read it, mate. I'm fed up of seeing strong emojis with we go on fighting. Oh, do me a favour. Do me a favour. I'm fed up of it. Fed up of it. Because they don't care. And when I see our captain laughing with Pep Guardiola.
Oh, that really annoyed me, yeah.
Would you accept that? I don't accept that. No. I don't accept that.
The thing is as well, right? The problem with Spurs, and I'll always say, is we don't have enough match winners in the team. Don't get me wrong, Kane. I think he didn't have the best of games, but he didn't get the service in the first half. But he was having to drop. He's having to do so much for this team. Score goals, create. Who else is creating? Who else is scoring? No goals in midfield. I think it's something like 5 goals we've scored from midfield this season. You know, Son did have a stinker and he's been bad. But at the same time, we always rely on Son and Kane, don't we? So who else in the team is going to pull their socks up and try and win the game for us?
Yeah,
Bale. I'm fed up with Bale now as well. He done nothing when he came on. Dele, fed up with him as well. Just go. The lot of you go. I'm tired of it.
I know. Guys and girls, sorry. Why are you taking off Mora, who was our only little hope? Now, if that was Mourinho taking Mora off, Twitter would have gone into meltdown.
Outrage.
So why can't we question Mason for taking off Mora? Because Laporte was on a yellow card, as we all know.
Yep.
Our only outlet to get him sent off or get him booked again was Mora.
He was getting at him, weren't he? He was getting at him every time.
He was stretching him. We ain't got an out-and-out striker anymore. We need to buy one this summer so Kane can drop deep and be like Wayne Rooney was, in the latter years of Man United.
There we go. We never replaced him. Yeah. Never replaced him. We need some serious change at this football club. And I agree with you, Hollie. The owners, they are the common denominator. We spoke about this on Clubhouse all day today about these owners getting into a massive argument about it. I think they are the problem because everything comes back to them. Jose, did I think he was the right manager? No. Who appointed him? Levy. Absolutely besotted with Jose. We look at the players, right? They're not good enough. Who's choosing to, not buy players and not invest in new, fresh blood? Levy. It all comes back to him every single time. Who was the one that decided after Poch got us second to not back him for 2 transfer windows without a single player?
Yeah, I know. Look,
we can't call ourselves a big club, guys.
No, Tans, you go back to the Redknapp era. He wanted Suarez and
Gary
Cahill. Yeah. Suarez and Gary Cahill. He got Saha and Nelson. I know that for a fact.
Yep.
I know that for a fact.
You know what? I'm just saying. So you're just talking straight facts. It's everyone wishes that Poch got backed, and he never did. And the fact that he got us to where he did with that team. Because it's the same team.
What's the worst thing that could have happened to us, Matt?
It's unbelievable, honestly.
It's weird, isn't it?
How Poch got the best. Like I saw Harry Winks at Wembley dropping a 10-10 performance against Real Madrid that night. And I'm looking. You don't even want to see him anywhere near the team sheet. I mean, let alone how Hollie has that stupid toy behind her head, because that would be that's in the bin. It's unbelievable. It just shows, Poch might have not been experienced, but give him players that he actually wants to get in. Give him a bit of money, see what he can do. And then you're bringing an experienced manager like Mourinho. Yeah, it was like, this is the final straw, Daniel Levy. This is a big decision. Yeah, it's the only club that he didn't win a trophy at. I mean...
Yeah, I know. We broke his own records, mate. He never lost 10 league games in a season. Come to Spurs. He's never lost this one. Come to Spurs. He's never lost to Pep.
Breaks all them records you don't want to have. Yeah.
Well, I knew that was happening. You know,
of course.
I knew it when we appointed him. I knew it. I said, you know what? He ain't winning a single thing when he comes here. I knew it. I knew it because there is an element, right? We are cursed, and there is a serious mentality issue. And we were talking about it today. Where does that stem from? I think it does stem from the owners. I just think the owners they're obviously happy with top 4 every season. They're happy with that. As fans, we want trophies, right? So if the players know that these owners just want top 4, they're just going to be thinking, cup finals don't really matter, does it? The boss, the big man upstairs, he don't think it's important. So we'll just try our best. That's good enough. Trying your best.
I know.
Nah.
I know. This is why I don't want Champions. I mean, we're not going to get it anyway, but I don't want Champions League with this squad.
No,
currently.
Hell no.
Because the worst thing that could happen to us.
Still get it. I can't believe how close we've been so bad.
But buddy, if we get it, if we're talking about them spending, there'll be no spending this season. Trust me. We'll get one player in, 1 or 2 out.
I understand it. Like, why is he not just look at this team?
Because he'll think to himself, we've got the Champions League. Well done, guys, with this squad.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
And then that's it. And then
that's how you get to the next step, isn't it?
Exactly,
you have to rebuild. And you have to, like Fergie did each season, right? Like, wasn't he getting the best out of players like Wes Brown and players like that? But he was also each year buying, let's use Delhi, for example. When Delhi was like lacking a bit, you have to bring another player in that's going to fight and push for that spot as well. And that's what Fergie was doing. Yeah. He was bringing one player in or 2 that would fight for that. I mean, during what's his name, Fergie's time, Man United, they were like you were scared to play him. Whoever they're playing, you were like, Jesus, United are in town, sort of thing. And we're just never going to get to that stage if you don't regenerate, so to speak, every year, because you have to. Every club around is evolving.
Yeah. I mean, and do you know what guts me the most? Right, I've got a couple of Man City pals, just because I've obviously been in the band over the years. I've got good mates that are Man City fans from Manchester, I may add, and. They phoned me today with Costa, man. You boys didn't have a look in, did you? Literally like this, talking like this. But do you know something? 10 years ago, 11 years ago, they were playing Stockport in League One. And I'm there going, boys, hopefully you don't get relegated, boys. And now they're going to me, boys, you didn't even give us a good game. Wow. Do you know how gutting that feels? Do you know how gutting that is?
Wow.
Right.
It's just depressing. And
it's
that's
just depressing.
We just sit here and talk the same shit every week.
It's the same stuff, Holmes. You
boring.
might as well copy and paste your show, but with different people.
It really is.
Come on, Clubhouse.
Yeah, you should. Honestly.
I tried today, man, but I was walking away from the hospital in Winchester and down and up hills every time. It was just hitting the 4G and it just wasn't working. But
man, get on the Clubhouse. And you, Matt, get on the Clubhouse, mate.
Yeah, come on, join us.
Anyway, listen, I've got to shoot because I've got to go and do last one at 7:30.
Oh, take care, Costa.
Lots of love to you all. Take
care.
Bye.
See you later, bye.
What a legend. But just obviously going back.
He's a character.
He is.
Oh, no, he's brilliant.
But I don't blame him. I'm so happy that he actually did manage to come because the amount of crap he does with Tottenham and him repeating himself 24/7, I don't envy him at all. But obviously, going back to the game real quick, obviously we saw that I kind of thought that Dyer and Toby would have had a mistake in them, but I thought the fullbacks were the ones that had the biggest mistakes in them. So, Max, I want to come to you. Obviously, we've got Serge Aurier, the kebabbing master, once again, letting us down because he took out, I can't remember who he took out at the time because I was just furious that it happened.
That's Sterling, wasn't it?
Yeah, it must have been Sterling, yeah. And we see, obviously, that free kick comes in, and once again, we can't defend set pieces. So, Max, from then on in, I'm guessing it's devastation, but what are your thoughts?
It's just typical Serge Aurier. The player's going nowhere. What do? You go through the back of him. Why? He's going nowhere. Don't get me wrong, Sterling had a decent game, to be fair, but he knew Aurier, couldn't match him. He knew he was...
Yeah.
Aurier couldn't get him in his pocket at all. If anything, it was the other way around. I mean, there was even a time at the start of the game where the ball came into the box and I think Sterling won a header, and it's like, you don't want to be seeing things like that.
Oh, my God.
But Serge Aurier, don't get me wrong, we've given him his time. We've tried with him. It just hasn't worked. Don't get me wrong, going forward, he's not too bad. But when you're playing that formation, when you're playing right back, you need to be able to defend, especially when you're against a lightning player like Sterling. The back two, obviously, were pretty good, to be fair. Toby, I've always, I'll back him. up and down every mountain. I think it's just who you put next to him. At the end of the day, Eric Dyer probably was one of his better games, and do you know what? It was actually a breath of fresh air to actually see, especially that block. By the way, that block in the first half. My dad was watching it. He was like, "Oh, Toby, great block," and I was instantly like, "That was Dyer." I couldn't believe it. But Reggie had a bad game. He had a bad game. He did. Unfortunately, I mean, he's obviously a fan favourite. I think if you just have that bit of energy on the pitch, and this is why people like Ndombele of recent, because he's just got that bit about him. You know what I mean? But he was another one. I was surprised not to see him starting. And why is that? Does anyone actually know why Ndombele didn't start? Because
I have no idea. I think I did hear that apparently he was unwell, but I don't know. That one baffles me. I just think, regardless of Ndombele's recent performances, I don't think he's been up to scratch. But he's our best midfielder at this club. You've got to play him, and especially in a final, you've got to give us the best possible chance. And I just feel like, for me, the lineups, they've never been right this season. They've never been right. You know, it's always something, so-and-so should have played instead. It should have been Toby instead of Dyer, you know? But I agree with you. Reguilon, I mean, for me, I wanted to break my TV screen. When that ball went out, I just thought, what on earth are you doing?
Which one?
I mean, which one do you pick from? You know, so many misplaced passes. I don't know what's up with him at the minute. He's all over the place.
There was one where the ball was actually in our own half and it was going out, wasn't it? And he just... All you had to do, even if you're just going to boot it 40, 50 yards, do it. Because instantly, they're in our half. You know what they do. They throw it down, they get the ball down, they'll do about 50 passes, then they create a chance. That's Man City. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. They've got the players to do that. Just hoof it up the field. We haven't got a game plan, so you might as well. And then just hope that Sonny's going to run after it and do something. But no, the ball went out. It's back in their hands, and instantly you're under pressure again. It was a nightmare. Like when I see the lineup, other than you see Winks instantly, but I was so confident going into this. Well, not optimistic.
I was as well.
It's one game. I'm an optimistic Spurs fan. I say this every time I'm on Hollie's live show. I always say I'm always smiley. I shouldn't be smiling. I can't be bothered to be down.
Yeah, you do seem very happy, to be fair. You wouldn't think we lost, actually.
I think I'm so numb to it now, though, that I'm so used to it. I can't let it I've had a long day at work. I don't want to come home and be sulking about Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's just, you could say I've actually been brainwashed by the club, because I'm actually used to not winning anything. I'm just not used to winning anything. So I probably would have been crying on this live show if we had one, because my emotions would have got the better of me. But it's so sickening. You don't know when a change is going to happen. When are we going to start seeing progression again?
Yeah, I mean,
that's the answer.
I think some players as well, there's some question marks. I don't want to be harsh on Celso. I think the fan base, though, is very split on him, because, what is his role in the team? I question that. He's not there to do the Eriksen role, in my opinion. Is he a defensive midfielder? Is he a holding midfielder? And I know he's had a lot of injuries this season, but again, I don't think... He wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but I just think I want to see more from him, I want to see more.
The Maida 2.0.
Oh, yeah. I tell you. Injured all the time. And it's just like, I don't want it to be another Lamella where we end up holding on to him thinking, no, he's gonna come good, it's fine. He's gonna be fit this season. It's early days, but I look at these players and I just think, you said it already, Matt, they're not good enough. They're average. They're average. Barring Kane, Son, I'll say Højbjerg. I mean, he didn't have the best of displays either, I have to say. I mean, I just think he's fatigued. I'll let him off. But barring Højbjerg, Ndombele, Toby, Reggie, I still think he's a decent player. Really and truly, the rest of the squad's just not good enough, man. I mean, I do like Mora, but he's a squad player.
Yeah, he's actually a brilliant squad player, because he's someone he looks happy when he's on the bench. He's just like the morale of him is just good. He gives off good vibes. and you do need a player like that in the squad. I mean, players like that are actually hard to come by, and then we go and take him off when he's having one of his best games.
That's the thing that's crazy as well, because if it was Jose, we'd all be getting on his back. And that's the thing that's really irritating me, because again, I think it was a tactical mistake bringing Lucas Moura off when he was running his heart out on the pitch. And who knows? I mean, maybe we should have slotted Lucas in and put Bale on, because I think maybe putting Bale on with an energy-minded player like Lucas, maybe something could have happened if they were doing 1-2s down the line and Bale manages to put a cross in. Who knows what could have happened? But taking that injection of energy off really killed us towards the end of the game, and for the whole game actually when he came off, and putting the likes of Sissoko on. What is going on?
That killed it for me. Honestly, I don't know what this guy's got on these managers, right? He must have something on, because I just don't get how this guy is still given the license to play. You know, how many times again he was at fault for the goal? He did it in the last final we were in. He was responsible. Okay, it was a harsh penalty, don't get me wrong, but it's just why Ryan Mason, I don't want to be too harsh on him, but you're right, Hollie. You know, if it was Jose Mourinho, we would absolutely be having him for breakfast. We would be slating the guy. And I know Ryan Mason's inexperienced, but he is a footballer. I think he has a footballing brain. Have you not been watching us this whole season? Sissoko is not the answer. You know, taking off Moura, like you said, he was actually going past players trying to make something happen. I just don't. It baffles me.
What annoys me as well is, like you said, we're not getting paid all this money. We're literally just someone on Twitter typing away, and we can name. I could name the best lineup that we have. Like, it's ridiculous how every manager that comes in, obviously it's only been this Mourinho, whatever, Mason. How can you not pick the squad that everyone wants to see? It just doesn't make sense. Are you telling me they don't look at social media at all and they don't actually have a clue what's going on? Because I refuse to believe that. I don't
think they do. They clearly don't.
How would they? All right. Just imagine you got the whole squad standing in front of you, and you go, right. You know when like back at school or whatever, and there's a couple of captains, and you're picking your team face to face, right? Imagine going, Winks, and then you've got Ndombele standing there.
Oh.
I can't process that in my brain, honestly.
I can't.
Obviously, we were talking about playing your starting 11. Now, I don't think Kane was 100% fit. Now, if Ndombele isn't 100% fit, but we're talking about playing your best players, surely you should have just been on the pitch anyway. That's the thing that really doesn't translate in my brain.
But another thing I didn't get as well, if Kane weren't 100% fit, which, to be honest, I don't think he was. He was only injured not that long ago, and it was his ankle. His ankles are very, very weak, clearly. They're very sensitive. What if he got a serious injury? You haven't even got Vinicius on the bench. I don't know what happened to Vinicius, and I think he's being treated, to be quite honest with you, a bit unfairly. I don't think he's been given enough opportunities. I've actually thought Vinicius is come in. He might not be as good as Harry Kane, of course not, but he's come in and his job is to score goals, and he's done that. And he weren't even on the bench. I found that one a strange one, considering Kane could have, had another knock or two because he'd just come back. I found that absolutely bizarre, but you're right, Max. I just don't know. Maybe Ryan was living in La La Land before he got the job, because, as I said, I just think Sissoko. Is he the answer? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's really interesting what Edwardson said. I love it when he comes in with these conspiracies. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Levy thinking that this is something that we should be doing to obviously miss out and get the cup. This is how bad life has got, to the fact that these conspiracy theories could actually sound quite true. Like, it's just an utter madness. And to actually add on to that, saying, I have actually got that still in the bar. It is now turning into a dartboard with his egghead and their darts being thrown.
Yes.
But obviously, this is the thing. I don't know where we go from here. I mean, obviously, we've got these long lists of managers coming in, this, that, and the other. But we could say realistically who we're going to get, and we could say who we want to get. But we know we're never going to get either. I feel like we're either going to get realistic, which is utter crap, and what we don't need going forward, or we can be as unrealistic as we like, and it's never going to happen, and you're just going to kill us both ways. So I'll kind of go around. Max, what's your kind of thoughts? Who do you want to come in?
There's a lot of talk. Is it Sarri? Is that the Juventus one?
Yeah.
He'll have about 10 fags in his mouth.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Do you know what? I don't even know anymore. We failed with someone We've failed with someone who's won a trophy everywhere it's been. I'd like to. Do you know? I'd love to say, sit here and Ryan Mason, it's going to work out well for you, mate. But I'd love. We're past a stage where it's like, where you spend a little bit of money searching a player abroad and hoping they're going to do well in 3-4 years. We need someone that's been there, done that, won the lot again. And I don't know whether there's someone out there that can do that. It's just it's going to be, I'll get Eddie Howe or someone like that. Nice guy, can play good football, fun football, but he's never been at a big club. He hasn't worked with the likes of Harry Kane. Like, you need a manager that all the players are going to respect. And if you're at Spurs right now and your manager's younger than you, for example, with Ryan Mason, how does that? I don't know how that goes around the club. And he's like a friend. I don't know. Then everyone needs to be put back in that place, because after what we've seen recently, it just hasn't been good enough. And I don't even want to say a manager's name, because I don't know. I'd have to go on Football Manager and see who's a free agent. I don't know.
I mean, it's as bad as you say, it is true, because I ain't got a bloody clue anymore. We went for someone that I thought was the last roll of the dice from Enic, the cheap answer, if that's so to speak, because he's been there, done it. If any man could have done it, it was going to be Jose, and he hasn't managed to do it. So who on earth do you bring in now? Like, what on earth is going on with life? So Tanya, like, if you had to throw a name out there, or you had to have a thought who you'd like to come in, what would be your answer?
I mean, my number one choice was Nagelsmann, just because he is a young manager. I don't watch Leipzig week in, week out, but from what I know, he works well with young players. He plays a good style of football that I think would suit the players that we have at the football club. But hearing reports today from Fabrizio and Sky Sports, it looks like he's on his way to Bayern. Can you blame him? No. I question, why would he even come to Spurs? Then my second choice would be like a Ted Hag. But again, I just think, he's got a good system there at Ajax. Why would he want to come to Spurs? So I think who we're going to get, never mind who I want, who we're going to get is Graham Potter. I just sense it. I just think it's a cheaper option, and I just don't think we're in a position to attract these big managers. I just think, why are they going to leave what they already have? You're looking at Brendan Rodgers. I think he's a good coach as well, but is he going to leave Leicester? No. Nagelsmann's going Bayern. Ted Hag, I just can't see it. Sorry, even. I think there's reports that he's going to another club as well now. So I just think when you're narrowing it down, it's probably going to have to be like another Poch appointment, where we're just getting like a Graham Potter.
Or a Nuno.
Honestly, please don't. If we get Nuno, I don't want Nuno. I don't want Southgate. I don't want Eddie Howe, and I don't want Scott Parker. I mean, Dawson on Sky Sports, he even said get Scott Parker in. No, I love Scott Parker, but I don't want him. I'd rather Potter than Parker, please.
Do you know what happens as well with these managers and that, when they come in and they fail? Like, I want to respect Parker for what he's done. I think he's a brilliant guy. He's doing well at Fulham.
100%.
Maybe in like 10 years, when he's actually been here, been around, and knows who he's dealing with. But for now, Scotty P, stay in the good books, because you're going to come to Spurs, you're going to get disrespected, you're not going to get given any money, and you're going to finish 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th next year. You ain't winning no cup, and then the fans will start hating on you, and then that's it, you're gone. So it needs to be someone that will come in who's a bit of a bruiser, knows what they're talking about. Like I said, been there, done that, and but who is that?
Oh, I can't do Graham Potter in the dugout. I can't take it serious, people. I'm sorry, I couldn't. He's a good coach, though. A lot of Spurs fans are warming up to it, because he could actually. I hope he brings his players with him, like Basuma. I'd take Lamptey at right back. There's a lot of players. Trossard, I think, is a good player. They've got good players there. So if you can bring them along with him and then get us playing the style of football that Brighton play, obviously he does need to be backed and get some proper defenders. Maybe we could bring Dunk with him, because I think Dunk does get into our team, guys.
You know what? And
let's have it right. Let's have it right. So maybe it could work. I think
they got that left back that's like 6'7". Bring him over as well. At least we'll be defending set pieces. You know what I mean?
The more the merrier. Honestly. So maybe I just think rather have Harry Potter. Because we've got Harry Kane, we've got Graham Potter, we've got Voldemort, we've got Levy.
Oh, mate, that egg, please. Literally, every time his face came on the screen, I felt like headbutting the bloody thing.
Oh, I know. Don't you just make your blood boil? Oh, how do you have the audacity to sit there when you had the cheek to put us in a Super League? Oh, that guy, I tell you, he's something else.
I honestly hope.
Drifting off for a sec. Sorry, Hollie. I keep seeing on Twitter all day about some protest that's coming up on the 15th of May.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of going along to that just to be a part of it. I mean,
I am. I think, look, I could go to the protest, and I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the protest and the turnout. I mean, it wasn't the best.
It wasn't structured very well. That's
no, it wasn't. I think the time, it was the worst possible time. I mean, you saw what made me laugh was that it was all Enic out, and someone had a Spurs shop bag. There was a concert going on. There's people playing the guitar. I'm thinking, oh, Spurs fans, come on.
What's he doing, though?
So I think we should do another one. And I'm definitely turning up, mate. I'm bringing the masses. I'm getting my signs out. Let's go. Let's bloody go.
My sign with his egghead on. I'm bringing my megaphone, and we're going large. We're doing it Dragon Bar style. I'm telling you, that egg's getting out of that club. And just like, I just want to put this out here. I'm going to shove this around the room. Edward says, if you were asked to be the manager, would you accept the job? For now, then, to either two of you.
Absolutely no way. No way. I wouldn't. I just, me being honest, I just think if I'm a manager, and I know I'm a good manager, I'm not gonna degrade myself and settle for less and go to a club like Spurs, who are in a complete mess, and a club who has an owner that's a massive control freak, that has a history of not backing managers, and there's a history there of bottle jobness at the club. He might. If I'm a manager, I'm thinking, listen, if I go there, I might turn out to. There might be some witchcraft going on. I might turn into a rubbish manager. Nah, I wouldn't. I'm just me being honest. I wouldn't go to Spurs. I wouldn't. We're not an attractive proposition right now. The board, apart from the stadium, the shiny, beautiful stadium, Harry Kane. That's about it.
Yeah, guys. Because what if you're one of these guys that are managed? I mean, a lot of these managers actually look up to Mourinho, and if they know that he's been to Spurs and not been able to produce, do you know what's going to make them think, well, bloody, I'm not going to be able to do anything then, am I? So it's going to be tough, because it's going to be someone that's brave and up to the challenge, and they've got a lot to deal with, a lot on their plate, because the fans aren't going to take it much longer. It's a big decision who's going to be managing our club going forward.
Yeah, and I think I was going, Hollie. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, but then again, are they going to care? They've managed to put us in the Super League. No, we haven't really kicked up a fuss. I know it was obviously the timing and all that. We've now gone out of a Carabao Cup final. Like, they're sat there laughing. They're like, oh, it's fine. Nothing's come of it. Nothing's come towards. Like, we'll just carry on doing our business. That's the thing. That's the problem. And I think, obviously, this protest is the next big step. Whether they take notice or whether they just shut the blinds, who knows? But I feel like we need to proper give it a go. And
mate, you know Daniel Levy's going to be sitting somewhere drinking his Bovril.
Pina colada. He's going
to be thinking, oh, look at these people getting chick kings down there. You know what I mean? He's not really bat an eyelid.
Listen, the thing is, I'm not saying all will be forgiven, but let's have it right. He's massively messed up with this whole Super League thing, and this whole ownership, one trophy in 20 years, and it's got to the point now where I think that this summer is huge for us as a football club. He owes it to us fans to get the right manager in. It's got to be right for me. It has got to be absolutely spot on. If he messes this up, I think there'll be uproar, and we all need to get together as fans. I think. Do you know what? I always say this about Tottenham fans. I think we're very well-behaved fans. You never see us kick up a fuss about these owners. We like to go on about it, but we never actually protest and show our frustrations. And I think now's the time to do it. I give it to Arsenal fans. They do it about the Cronkies, United fans with the Glazers. I think we all need to do a massive protest and let our voices be heard. Whether or not it makes a difference, I don't know. But they need to know how we all feel, and I don't think they do. I think they think that we're somewhat happy with everything, but I tell you, that couldn't be far from the truth. And I hope them fans that were there yesterday were giving him some abuse, because he was out there in the crowd. I'm telling you, I probably would have been escorted out, because I would not have been able to breathe the same air as that bloody
We're so
egg.
used to just accepting it, aren't we? We're so used to just
This
accepting
is
it
the
and
problem,
going,
though.
oh, it'll change next week when we play
Yeah, it'll
Sheffield
be
United.
fine.
Oh, we'll go and beat Sheffield United 3-0. Oh, it don't matter. We just lost a cup final. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's got to that stage now where I think a lot of people are just done. Like, I'm seeing people saying, oh, yeah, the Formula One's coming up this weekend and it's something to look forward to. I don't want to be looking forward to something else. I want my Tottenham back.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I want my Tottenham back. The one that's exciting football. They score goals. They actually score in a cup final. Not fucking dilly-dally. Sorry. Not dilly-dallying and just inviting teams on. Because I hate that. Why the teams? And when they're passing it around from a goal kick at the back. I don't know about you, but that does my head in.
Oh, don't. The playing out from the back yesterday. What was that all about? I don't know what we were playing at there. We know we can't play out from the back. Why do we do these things? Honestly.
I mean, my dad, it was the first time I ever did a watch lot, and my God, I'm never doing it again, because the amount of arguments I had to get cut out of the bloody film was horrendous. My dad sat there and he was like, we might as well just play an half a pitch. Like, we might as well just play with a goal and half a pitch, because it was just constant. You're thinking, why on earth are you passing it back when you've just passed the ball forward? And I'd like to make a special mention to Weeks, because he actually did pass the ball forward once, and it was a miracle. But nevertheless, the next pass, it was bloody backwards again. Like, you're playing in your own segment. What is the point? You need to.
Might as well play Davinson Sanchez, because he likes passing the ball backwards.
And that's the thing. I don't know what's happened to us. I know Ryan Mason was saying if we lose the League Cup final, we'll still have our DNA, whatever that means. But I do think our DNA, I mean, under Poch, when we were playing that good football, it's not to pass sideways and not have any possession and not go for it. You know, I said it, I tweeted it. City were playing holograms in that first half. It's like we weren't even there. It was so much one-way traffic. I just thought, God, like, is this what we're going to have to sit through for the full 90 minutes? Absolute joke.
You know, when it was 0-0 at half time, I was like, this is amazing. Like, I was like, when they said the players are coming back for the second half, I was like, now go sit down. I need another 15 minutes. That 15 minutes at half time went way too quick.
It was just, I don't even have the words anymore to describe how I'm feeling. Honestly, if I did not have work today, I would have been in that bar drinking all the gin till the sun came up. But sadly, I had work. And like I said, there was only one kid that wound me up this morning, so that was vibes. But nevertheless, this was good therapy. And I'd like to thank you both for coming on. Obviously, Costa was lovely. But Tanya, where can everybody find you? And I mean, your rants on Twitter are next level. So where can everybody
find you? I think they're slightly embarrassing because I do it straight after the game. So my emotions are literally sky high. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter if you want to hear more of my meltdowns. Tanya_Leone, that's there. Oh God, there we go. You can find me on the Football Terrace as well, Tottenham Show, Midnight Vibes. And I also do a podcast with 3 other boys, a football podcast. We'll talk about that later. We drop episodes every Wednesday. We're not on YouTube, but we might be soon. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Well, I appreciate it, Tanya. Like I said, it was last minute, but I will get you on again.
Absolutely. I've loved it. This has been brilliant. I could talk to you both all day, honestly.
I appreciate it, Tanya. And obviously, we've also got Max. We all know Max by now. Where can everybody find you, Max?
Just XJoy Max YouTube if you want to see me and my old man crying about Spurs weekly. And yeah, the rants as it's been on Twitter recently, but I might have to have a week off like Tanya. So if you don't see me there, then you know why.
Yeah, I won't be on Twitter this week, people. Just a little disclaimer. I'll be back next week.
We'll be back for Sheffield United when we concede a 90th minute goal.
Oh God! I mean, do we even watch that game? What's the point now? Do you know what I mean?
What is the point? If we didn't actually, I don't even know why I'm sat here with a little bit of hope that 4th was even there.
Like, no, don't. Honestly, the hope. Let it go. Let it go.
I'm the one sat here in my Spurs shirt.
I've gone 4-0, man. 0 cups. It's a vibe. But I'd like to thank you both because it's been a good chat. And like I say, it's good therapy. I was pissed off yesterday, and it was kind of good I didn't drink because the bad videos that end up on Twitter are horrendous. So
no, I love those videos. Keep it coming, Hollie. Keep it coming. I love it.
I'm going to go into like alcohol awareness or something. I'll go to AA meeting soon, I think, because it's just the vibe at the moment. But thank you to everyone in the comments. Like I said, when I'm in host mode, I'm very bad at pulling up comments, but I do appreciate every single one of you. Until next time, as much as it pains me to say, come on, you Spurs.
Woo!